Welcome back, everyone, to Lesson by Lesson, A Course in Miracles.
Yes, welcome back.
Last time we were talking about practicing seeing everyone as our brother or sister.
Recognizing that shared spark
Right, that shared spark of divinity.
within each us.
And today, we're diving deep into Lesson 76.
I'm excited for this one.
And it throws us a curveball, right? I am under no laws but God's.
It does, doesn't it? It kind of sounds rebellious at first.
Well, yeah, a little bit, right?
Almost.
Especially for people who are maybe familiar with, self-help that's all about rules and the shoulds.
Yeah.
So what is going on with this?
But if we really think about it, if we actually believe that we're all part of this like unified divine energy, then it kind of makes sense that we would operate under a different set of like laws
Right.
than the ones that like the ego creates.
Okay. So I'm starting to see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So it's not about ignoring traffic lights.
Yeah.
What are these laws we're talking about?
Exactly. It's not about like literal laws.
Okay.
Right. It's more like those like mental and emotional restrictions that we place on ourselves.
Okay.
It's that fear of judgment.
Right.
And the need for pleasing others,
Exactly.
all of the shoulds and the shouldn'ts that keep us, playing small.
The invisible chains
Yes.
that we forge for ourselves.
For ourselves, yeah.
It's funny how we can be so bound by things that don't actually exist outside of our own minds.
Oh, it's really, that's the ego's masterpiece,
Yeah.
It's to convince us that these limitations are real.
Right.
And that we're separate and that we have to conform to all of these like external rules to be, safe and accepted.
So how does Lesson 76 help us to break free from this self-made prison?
Well, the key is in that powerful affirmation, right? I am under no laws but God's. It's about consciously choosing to align ourselves with that higher principle, with a love that transcends the ego's like fear-based rules.
Okay, so it's like a conscious shift in perspective.
Yes.
But how do we actually put this into practice?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say it, it's another to really live it.
Absolutely. And that's where the practical exercises come in.
Right.
And, the Course emphasizes repetition,
Okay.
using this affirmation as like a tool to retrain our minds.
Okay.
You can think about it like building a new mental muscle.
So are we just supposed to repeat this phrase over and over again?
Well, not just mindlessly repeat it.
Right.
The real power comes from feeling the truth of it.
Okay.
So as you say the words, visualize yourself surrounded by this like radiant light, a symbol of that divine love and freedom.
Right. And just feel that connection to something bigger than your ego, something that knows no limitations.
Okay. Yeah. I can see how that can be powerful, especially when you're like faced with a situation that triggers those old patterns of, like fear or self-doubt.
Right.
It's like a reminder to step back.
Yes.
And tap into that higher perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can take it even a step further. You can try using this affirmation in different areas of your life.
Okay.
For example, if you're, feeling trapped in a difficult relationship.
Right.
Remind yourself, I am under no laws but God's. What would it look like to interact with this person from a place of love rather than the ego's need for control or validation?
Yeah, it's a great example.
Yeah.
So it's about applying this principle not just to our like internal world,
Yes.
but to our relationships and how we navigate like the world around us.
Precisely.
Yeah. It's about recognizing that true freedom isn't about rebelling against, external rules, but about freeing ourselves from the internal ones that keep us from experiencing, love and joy and peace.
It's like stepping out of a self-imposed cage and into a boundless sky.
Yes.
Right.
And what's fascinating is that as we practice this, as we loosen the grip of the ego's laws, we start to see that the world itself becomes more fluid, more open to possibilities.
Yeah, that makes sense. If we're not constantly bound by our own limitations, then we're more open to seeing the world as it truly is.
Yes.
Without all the filters and the judgments.
Exactly. And that's where the real magic starts to happen, We
Right.
become more present, more compassionate, and more attuned to the, the beauty and interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah, it's like we're shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance,
Yes, yes.
where there's enough love, joy, and freedom for everyone.
It's about reclaiming our birthright, remembering who we truly are. Divine beings connected to an infinite source of love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about how we can take this understanding and actually implement it
Okay, yeah.
into our lives.
Yes.
Lesson 76 doesn't just, leave us hanging with a concept.
No,
It actually gives us some pretty concrete tools.
absolutely. One of the most powerful practices, and one that we've already kind of touched on, is, the use of affirmations.
Right.
Yeah.
That consistent repetition of, I am under no laws but God's. Do you have any tips for making this practice more effective?
Yeah, find a quiet space where you can be fully present.
Okay.
Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and as you repeat the affirmation, really try to feel the words resonate within you.
So it's almost like we're speaking directly to our subconscious mind.
Yes, yes.
Reprogramming those deeply ingrained beliefs.
Yes. And you can even try incorporating visualization. So as you repeat the affirmation, imagine yourself, breaking free from chains.
Right.
Or visualize a bright light, dissolving those limiting beliefs.
I love that imagery.
Yeah.
It's like we're taking back our power,
Yeah,
reclaiming our inherent freedom.
exactly. And you can also use this affirmation throughout the day.
Okay.
Whenever you feel yourself getting caught up in those old patterns
Right.
of fear or judgment.
It's like a little mental reset button.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Reminding us of the truth of who we are.
Exactly. And another powerful tool that Lesson 76 encourages is journaling.
Journaling.
Yeah.
How does that tie into the concept of being under no laws but God's?
Well, it's a great way to process your experiences and see how this new perspective can shift your understanding. Think about a recent situation where you felt restricted or limited, and write about it from the perspective of being under no laws but God's.
So it's like reframing our experiences through the lens of this lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a way to see things from a higher perspective, to break free from those old patterns of thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that even in those challenging situations, we always have a choice.
All right.
We can choose to react from the ego's fear, or we can choose to respond from a place of love and freedom.
That's a really powerful distinction.
Yes.
It's not about avoiding difficult situations altogether,
Right.
but about approaching them with a different mindset, right?
Yes, yes.
With a sense of inner strength and peace.
Precisely. And the more we practice this, the more natural it becomes to operate from this place of freedom,
Right.
both internally and in our interactions with the world.
This is really resonating with me. It's like we're being given a key to unlock a whole new level of peace and joy
Yes.
in our lives.
And it's a key that's available to everyone.
Right.
All we have to do is choose to use it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that I think can make this journey even more powerful is finding an accountability partner.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Having someone to walk this path with you, to share your insights and your struggles with.
Yes.
I think that could make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Imagine sharing your experience of applying this lesson.
Right.
And your partner reminds you, hey, remember those invisible chains we talked about? Are you maybe forging a few right now? You're choosing freedom, remember. You're under no laws but God's. That kind of reflection can be incredibly potent.
It's like having a mirror reflecting back to us those moments when we slip back into those old habits.
Yes.
Those times when we forget our own power.
Exactly. It's about creating a space for mutual support and encouragement.
Right?
And it's not about judgment or criticism. It's
Right.
about gently reminding each other of the truth that we're both committed to uncovering.
That makes so much sense.
Mhm.
Because, even though this lesson is about recognizing our own individual freedom, It doesn't mean we have to go it alone.
No, not at all.
Oh,
In fact, the course emphasizes the importance of relationships as a way to learn and grow.
right.
And when you have someone who's also committed to this journey of spiritual awakening, it can really amplify the effects of the practices.
Yeah. It's like having a workout buddy for your soul.
I love that. It really captures the essence of what it's like to have an accountability partner on this path, You support each other, you challenge each other, and you celebrate each other's victories.
And, it strikes me that even the act of choosing to find an accountability partner is an expression of Lesson 76 in itself.
Oh, how so?
Like we're saying, I'm not going to let fear or pride keep me isolated.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to connect. I'm choosing to share, to be vulnerable.
That's such a powerful insight. You're absolutely right. It's about recognizing that true strength comes from connection, from allowing ourselves to be seen and supported by others.
And it also helps us to move beyond that tendency to get stuck in our own heads.
Yes.
When we share our experiences with someone else, it helps us gain a new perspective.
Yes.
To see things from a different angle.
It's like we're stepping outside of our own limited viewpoint.
Right.
And tapping into like a collective wisdom.
Now, we've been talking a lot about the practical applications of Lesson 76.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what are some of the deeper implications of this teaching? How does it change our understanding of ourselves and the world around us?
That's a great question. I think one of the most profound implications is that it challenges our traditional notions of power.
Okay. Yep.
We're so conditioned to believe that power comes from external sources.
Right.
Like
status.
From things like status and money.
Money.
And control over others.
Right, that whole might makes right mentality.
Exactly. But Lesson 76 invites us to consider a different kind of power.
Okay.
An inner power that comes from recognizing our connection to something much greater than ourselves.
So it's about shifting from a sense of powerlessness to a sense of empowerment.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that true power lies in aligning ourselves with the principles of love and forgiveness and compassion. These are the laws that govern the universe.
Right.
The forces that create, true harmony and peace.
It's like we're tapping into a source of infinite energy.
Yes.
Right. A power that can't be diminished or controlled by external circumstances.
And what's fascinating is that as we embrace this inner power, we naturally start to attract more of what we desire.
Oh.
It's not about manipulating or forcing things to happen,
right,
but about aligning ourselves with the flow of the universe.
Okay.
With the currents of love and abundance.
So it's not about giving up control, it's about surrendering to a higher power.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we're not separate from that power, we are that power.
Wow. That's a powerful concept to wrap your head around.
It is, and it takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight.
Right.
But as we continue to work with Lesson 76, as we choose to align ourselves with these higher principles, we start to experience a sense of freedom and peace that's unlike anything the ego can offer.
Yeah. It's like we're stepping into a whole new dimension of being.
And one of the beautiful things about this lesson is that it doesn't require us to be perfect.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You mean we're allowed to make mistakes?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't have to get it right all the time.
Exactly. In fact, the Course also acknowledges that we're gonna slip up.
Right.
We're gonna forget. We're gonna fall back into old patterns.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
Because it can feel, so overwhelming sometimes.
Right.
Like we're supposed to suddenly become these enlightened beings who never experience fear or doubt again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
And the key is to be gentle with ourselves along the way.
Okay.
To recognize that every time we catch ourselves slipping back into those old patterns, it's an opportunity to choose again.
Right.
To realign ourselves with the truth of who we are.
It's like we're constantly recalibrating.
Yes.
Fine-tuning our inner compass.
And the more we practice, the more sensitive that compass becomes.
Right.
We start to notice those subtle shifts within ourselves, those moments when we're veering off course.
So it's not about achieving some kind of perfect state of being,
Right.
but about developing an awareness of our own internal landscape, of those thoughts and beliefs that keep us from experiencing true freedom.
Exactly. It's about becoming more conscious, more present, and more intentional in our choices.
And that's where the real transformation happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's a transformation that can ripple outward,
Right.
impacting not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us.
Because when we choose to live from a place of love and freedom, it creates a space for others to do the same.
It's like we're radiating a new frequency,
Right.
one that resonates with peace and joy and possibility.
So what can listeners do to start incorporating these ideas into their own lives? What's a simple step they can take today to start aligning with the principles of Lesson 76?
You know, one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do is to start paying attention to your thoughts.
Okay.
You know, notice the stories you're telling yourself.
Right.
The beliefs you're holding on to. Are they based on fear or love? Are they limiting you or empowering you?
So it's like taking an inventory of our mental baggage.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And as you become more aware of those thoughts, you can start to challenge them.
Right.
You can ask yourself, is this really true? Is this serving me, or is it just an old program that's keeping me stuck?
It's like we're becoming the editors of our own mental scripts.
And you have the power to rewrite those scripts. You can choose to replace those fear-based thoughts with thoughts of love and gratitude and possibility.
It's about taking back control of our minds and aligning our thoughts with the truth of who we are.
And as you do this, you'll start to notice a shift in your energy and your perspective and in the way you experience the world around you.
Yeah. It's like we're clearing away the mental clutter and creating space for something new to emerge.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of Lesson 76, you know.
Yeah.
It's not about adding more things to our to-do list.
Right.
It's about letting go of what's no longer serving us so we can experience the freedom and joy that's already within us.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Right.
Find a friend, a mentor, or a spiritual community that resonates with you.
Yes.
And share this journey together.
The collective energy of a supportive group can really amplify the power of these practices.
Right.
And help you stay committed to your spiritual growth.
Yeah. It's like we're all in this together, supporting each other as we awaken to the truth of who we truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible to think about, like, the ripple effect of choosing love and freedom, not just for ourselves, but for, like, everyone we encounter.
Like a chain reaction of positive energy expanding outwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, transforming the world one interaction at a time.
And it strikes me that Lesson 76 isn't just about, like, personal transformation.
Yeah.
It's also a call to action.
Absolutely. When we truly understand that we're under no laws to God's,
Right.
it empowers us to become agents of change in the world.
Right.
You know, it inspires us to challenge injustice, to stand up for what's right,
Right.
and to create a more loving and compassionate society.
So it's not about withdrawing from the world,
Right.
or becoming passive observers. It's about engaging with the world
Right.
from a place of love and empowerment.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we have a responsibility to use our gifts, our talents, our voices
Right.
to make a positive impact.
And that can look different for everyone.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
For some, it might mean, like, volunteering their time to a cause they believe in.
Yes.
For others, it might be about, speaking out against injustice.
Yes.
Or creating art that inspires and uplifts.
The key is to find what resonates with your soul.
Right.
You know, what aligns with your unique purpose.
Right.
And then to act from that place of inspiration.
And I think it's important to remember that even small acts of kindness can have a profound ripple effect.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a smile, a kind word, a helping hand.
Yes.
These seemingly insignificant gestures can really brighten someone's day and create a ripple of positivity
Yeah.
that extends far beyond that initial act.
You're absolutely right. Never underestimate the power of those those simple acts of love. They're the building blocks of a more compassionate and just world.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into lesson 76, what's one key takeaway that you hope listeners will carry with them?
I'd say the most important thing to remember is that true freedom is an inside job. It's not something you find, out there in the world.
Right.
It's something you cultivate within yourself.
By recognizing that we're under no laws but God's, by aligning ourselves with love and choosing to see the world through the lens of compassion, we unlock this boundless wellspring of joy, peace, and possibility.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Right.
Reach out to a friend, a mentor, a spiritual community that resonates with you.
Yeah.
Share your experiences, support each other, and celebrate each other's victories.
It's a journey of a lifetime,
It is.
but it's a journey worth taking.
It is. Thank you for joining us. We hope this deep dive into Lesson 76 has sparked something within you. A sense of possibility, a renewed commitment to living a life of love and freedom.
Please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on our latest episodes. We'll see you tomorrow for another deep dive into the world of knowledge and wisdom.
Until then, keep exploring and keep shining your light.